This is Chapter 1, Exercise 1-15, an algorithmic version. The problem reads, on October the 1st, Ebony Ernst organized Ernst Consulting. On October the 3rd, the owner contributed $83,660 in assets to launch the business. On October the 31st, the company's records show the following items and amounts. Here are given various accounts from both the balance sheet, the statement of retained earnings, and also the income statement. In exercise 115, the algorithmic version, we're asked to use the above information, prepare an October income statement for the business. The first thing we want to do is to finish up the heading. Ernst Consulting is the name of the company. We're putting together an income statement. We want to select for the month ended October 31st. Next, the income statement begins with a list of what? Assets, dividends, equity, expenses, liabilities, or revenues. How does the income statement begin? It begins with a list of a company's revenues. What kind of revenues does the company have? Let's refer back to our list. We see that the company has consulting revenues of $13,720, so our income statement will begin with consulting revenues in that amount, $13,720. And now, total revenues are listed because there are no other revenue transactions listed in the data set. What's the next section that the income statement has? We've listed revenues. We next should list what? Assets, dividends, equity, expenses, liabilities, or revenues. Hopefully you said expenses, and that is correct. The type of expense we would list next, let's go to the data set. The company has rent expense in the amount of $3,210. Rent expense, $3,210. What's the next expense we have? Salaries expense in the amount of $6,690. What's the next expense we have? Go back to our data set. Telephone expense in the amount of $870. Do we have any other expenses to list? Looks like there's one more, miscellaneous expenses of $680. Have we included all of the expenses? We have rent expense, salaries expense, telephone expense, miscellaneous expenses, 4 different expense items. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, looks like we've included all of the expenses. What comes next on the income statement? We've listed revenues. We've listed expenses. What do we want to list next? Net income or net loss? Well, the company has a net loss if expenses exceed revenues, and net income if revenues exceed expenses. In the case of Ernst Consulting, we have revenues of $13,720, which is greater than expenses of $11,450, so therefore we have net income. What is the amount? $13,720. Subtract that from $11,450, and we'll have what our total So let's get our calculator. 13,720 minus 11,450. Our net income should be $2,270. Let's enter $2,270 then for our net income at the bottom of the income statement. Let's check our work. And we've correctly entered all components for the income statement. Let's move on to exercise 1-16.